Hello, hello, and welcome to my channel. We are going to be starting off with Aries today. You can apply it to any placement in your chart. That's Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, Stellium, North Node, South Node, whatever you want. I do prefer for people to go based off of their ascendant because I think that is the most likely energy, but do as you wish. If you are here cross-watching, please take the same note and apply it to your situation. As always, this is a collective energy, so the entire story may not resonate with you, and maybe it's just major bits and pieces that connect and correlate. Whatever it is that you are not 100% sure on, just leave it on the table. Don't take it with you. Don't carry it into your situation. That is my best advice to give you on that. So with that being said, the way we're going to roll is we're going to have this to be the overall theme of what the story is. This is the meat and potatoes of the story, and then we will have clarifiers used with this deck. Let's get started. 1 second. All right. So, what is going on with Aries right now? This is going to be a timeless message. I am recording this in September of 2023, so if you would like to apply that to your situation, feel free. This is going to be whoever this is for, right? Whoever this message is for when you find it at whatever time you find it. What's going on with Aries? We've got the Coffin card. There definitely is a transforming or an ending of a situation. We've got the dog. And we've got the castle. Okay. So whatever this is, I feel like there are definitely things that are wrapping up or changing in your life right now. However, I feel like there's a lot of loyalty here, even if there is, let's say, some difficult moments to go through. This kind of is the Tower card for me, so there's definitely going to be some big and abrupt changes, and I feel like maybe some of you are looking around and seeing who is committed to you or seeing who is the most stable around you at this time. Maybe you're paying attention to who sticks it out with you, and that's going to be a big thing for you right now. For some of you, this may be a situation you are incredibly loyal to, and maybe you are finding out that other people are not as loyal to the situation. But let's get into it. All right. Give me the significator card, please. Two of Swords. Yes, difficult decisions that need to be made. This is definitely a head over heart decision. You're going to have to kind of both follow what it is that you see in terms of data, right? Physical application of data, as well as logic, and marry that with your intuition at this time as to see what the best way forward is. You are immovable at this point, so you are the one that has to make the decision, and you have to be very clear on it when you do. What is crossing you is the Eight of Pentacles. This either may be a work conflict or this is something you've been trying to perfect or work on for some time. Once again, I feel like this is connected right here. It's something that you've been very loyal to. You've been trying to see it through. But with the Tower here, maybe the decision part about this is you're kind of seeing people's true colors at this time, or you're seeing the nature of the reality of the game. And you are having to figure out whether or not you still want to pour as much energy or effort into this. What is in your subconscious right now or back of your mind? The Magician. So you're definitely trying to create from an authentic place. This can be about manipulating energy. This can be about maybe these like more silent manifestations or the silent game plan. So maybe there's a part of you that's moving very quietly with all of this, but all of your subconscious energy is kind of flowing into, I think in some way, I almost want to say you're hoping a decision is made for you. Maybe you're trying to harness energy in order to just make things kind of appear, whatever it is you need the most. You want it to appear right in front of you without having to do anything about it. And if something needs to go, you just want to kind of will it into existence to go or be let go of or fall away from your life so that you don't have to make this decision. I do think this is a very hard decision to be made. What is in the recent past? We have the Knight of Wands in reverse. This could have been a very impulsive energy or an energy that was in and out of your life. We don't have any water here yet. We primarily have got the Mercurial, so we've got Gemini and Virgo. So you could have a very particular Mercury placement there. Also, once again, we've got Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, and Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. So we've kind of got the whole thing going here so far. But I do think this was a very impulsive energy. Something in the past happened impulsively. Maybe this was an impulsive decision, or maybe there's been this energy of things not being very stable. I think the energy has been very volatile. And maybe this coffin card, if there is these transformations that are taking place right now, or these endings, things could feel a little chaotic. So maybe that's why the energy is the way that it is. And maybe that's why you're in the position you're in now. It's almost like there's a need to stop moving, and there's a need to stop trying to keep yourself busy or engaging with multiple things in order to get to the root of what it is that you're going to do or what decision you're going to make. What is in your conscious mind, at the forefront of your mind? King of Cups. So there is our water. We've got Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. This can represent an actual entity. This is definitely an older person or someone who is more wise or mature. They're very emotionally stable, very emotionally grounded. The opposite of that could be, that is typically, if it is in the reverse, that is typically my substance abuse card. I'm not saying that's what's going on here, but I do feel like it's been very hard to achieve or reach some form or point of emotional stability within the situation because of how volatile or chaotic it has been. Maybe it's based upon choices that have been made in the past or actions that have been taken in the past. But right now there is this very stable, solid, grounded emotional energy, and it's looking forward into the future. So what is coming up in the near future? We've got the Lovers in reverse. You may be revisiting a choice that was made. Maybe you chose to walk away from something that was kind of divinely guided or fated into your life. Yeah, got the compass here. So maybe there was something that was presented to you that you either ignored or you chose to not make a choice in, which is still making a choice. And you're looking at potentially a failed relationship, whether that is love, business, family, friends. Take it as it applies. But you're kind of looking at this fork in the road that you know is going to be presented to you in the future. I think some of you are kind of reviewing maybe the way in which you kind of threw away your blessings that were brought into your life, or maybe how you threw away something that you actually actively were manifesting in the back of your mind, because I feel like that's what this is about. There was something at one point in time that you were manifesting or calling in, wishing, hoping, praying for. It was something of deep emotional value. It could have to do with love. It could have to do with life purpose. It could have to do with something that held a lot of emotional value to you. And I think that thing was brought into your life, and I think you either ran from it, or you disengaged from it, or you chose to not do anything with it. What is happening in the emotional sector right now around this problem? The Page of Swords. Yeah, you're taking a step back and you're thinking and reflecting before making this decision. You're gathering information. I think you're actually trying to see what other people will do, or how other people are going to be engaging with you or reacting to you, or what it is that they're going to be showing you. This is definitely a more investigative energy, so there's a lot of questions being asked, maybe not necessarily outwardly. It could be This is like the inquisitive student. So there could just be a lot of communication and kind of maybe sussing out and reading between the lines of things in order to discover something of value to help you make this decision. What is going on in your environment? The Tower, of course, like I said. The Tower is going on here, and we've got the Ace of Cups here as well. For some of you, I think that there's this significant realization of love. I think this is a newer energy in your life. I don't think that this is something that you've been attached to for a very long time. For some of you, this could be a surprise pregnancy for sure. But, I'm going to be very light on that. That's only going to apply to a very few people. But there is this energy of feeling your heart open in a very different way. And maybe this thing that you called in opened your heart, and maybe you weren't anticipating it. And maybe the entry of that into your life caused this tower moment, right? Maybe you came into contact with something that was incredibly loyal to you, or you came into contact with something that had a particular type of loyalty that you were not, what will I say, used to. Let's see what's in the hope and fears. Oh, yes. I think some of you ran from this because there either is this repetitive story or there is this unhealthy pattern that you've noticed about codependency. Or the tendency to maybe attract people into your life that actually come with a lot of baggage or come with a lot of we'll say the types of qualities that have a tendency to bring out negative aspects of the self. So there could be issues around control here. There could be issues around substance abuse, any form of addiction, whether that is a literal one within substances, whether it's sex, spending money, just being tied to people in a very unhealthy way. I think the hope and fear here is that you would like to enter into a connection that is not that. I think you're questioning that about this current thing, though, or whatever this is. I think there's this interesting mirror that's happening where you're questioning it, right? Like you don't want to make the wrong choice and you don't want to choose something that is a repeat again. So there's this very hesitant energy. There's an energy that's really trying to figure out how one feels and get to the root of that before you make a particular decision. I think it's going to be made no matter what. I mean, where we stand right now, you are in your eclipse season. The North Node is in your sign. There are things that are beyond your control that will absolutely happen and cause this kind of separation from particular types of contracts that no longer are suitable for you. That means the old has got to go to make way for the new. I think another hope and fear here is I think you're very scared of somebody holding something over your head, whether that is information. If you do make a particular decision, I think you're afraid that there will be some type of information that will get back to someone and cause some pretty negative experiences to occur or transpire, whether that's fighting, arguing. What is in the far-reaching outcome? Okay, you're definitely, yeah. Okay. Somebody might also be fearful of how this will affect one's reputation. Stars in reverse. With the far-reaching outcome, we've got the Seven of Wands with the Moon and the Five of Cups. I think you're really trying to hide your feelings right now, or someone is trying to hide their feelings because they really don't want to show what it is that they're feeling right now. I think that something is absolutely being destroyed here. I think there's a grieving process that's occurring. I think that the things that are coming to the surface are very uncomfortable. I think they're deeply emotional. There definitely is either a significant Pisces or Cancer individual involved. Um, but there's also this energy of like really trying to push people back or create distance and space between yourself and other things until you can figure out how it is that you feel about this and how you want to make a decision around this. This is 100% a don't come any closer energy. Get away from me until I can figure this out. You may also be afraid of a particular form of public humiliation, or as if there's like a particular piece of information about this that will come out that will harm you in some way. So maybe that's also where this energy is coming in, trying to control the circumstances or trying to maybe control certain aspects of this. Let's grab clarifiers. Let's clarify that Two of Swords. Queen of Cups in reverse. So we do have a pair here. If you're single and this is, not a relationship thing for you, this could be around family. So there could be either a significant split or separation that's occurring, whether that is in a familial way or maybe it's someone close to you that's in a relationship. But this definitely is an energy of choosing to cut someone out of your life or choosing to let someone go. Somebody definitely struggles with addiction here. So maybe something has transpired that has kind of ruined the emotional connection. Because I think somebody really struggles with like getting back on their feet. This also could be emotional manipulation. Maybe somebody here is very tired of it. Let's see what's going on in that Eight of Pentacles as the block. The Queen of Wands. So this is definitely a situation, a messy one at that. I think this is this. This is this. I think there's a outside connection or an outside person or individual that is being connected with. And it may not, let me be clear about this, okay? Whatever feelings have been stirred up in this, it doesn't necessarily have to equate to an affair. That's why in the beginning I was like, look, only take what you know beyond the shadow of a doubt is occurring. Do not try to take this and run with it and use it in your situation to justify actions or justify things that you're doing. Do not do that. That's what personal readings are for. But it does. It feels like the challenge here is that you're having to decide what you're wanting to work on and who you want to work with. What do you want to work toward? In some ways, too, this may be an energy of maybe fostering connections that do not emotionally drain you and instead uplift you, because that could also be what this is. Let's go to the Magician and the Subconscious. Ace of Wands. So there we have it. And we have the Lovers in reverse on the bottom of the deck too. I was just going to say this is very interconnected. There was this was called in. This was called in. If you wanted to let something go and you didn't know how, you called somebody in to help you do that. If you wanted something to change in your life and you didn't know how to change it, you definitely called in this like active energy to either come into your life without your awareness of it. So I don't think this was you looking for it. I think it was you sitting and asking for it, and it appeared. And it's almost like, how are you putting these pieces together right now? How are you putting the puzzle together right now? And are you? Because this energy has you lit up. This energy has you fired up subconsciously. You know you willed this into existence. You know you asked for it and you received it. Let's clarify the Knight of Wands in reverse, Prince of Swords in reverse, which is the same as the Knight of Swords in reverse. So yeah, I think you're very afraid of information. I think you're afraid of things that will come out. I think you're afraid of making the wrong decision or making an impulsive decision. I think that's why this is taking so long. Let's clarify the King of Cups in the upright. Yeah, Eight of Wands in reverse with the Fool. I think you're holding back. I don't think you're telling people what it is that you're doing. I don't think you're discussing anything with anybody. I think that you're really holding back to see what this new beginning looks like. I think you're really holding back until you know exactly how you want to embrace this. You know that something has to end before something else can begin in your life in some area. We've got the Lovers in reverse. What's going on with that in the near future? You've got the Six of Wands. Successful recognition of what you could not recognize before. There's a part of this that feels like an initiation. There's a part of this that feels as if you are waking up. I think you are letting go of a lot of things that have held you back in your life, whether that is a repetitive pattern, a repetitive story, whatever this is that you're afraid of. I think you're facing that, and I think you're taking charge in your life in order to face that. Let's see what the Page of Swords is about in the emotional body. The Ace of Cups, yeah. You're thinking about this. You're thinking about this overwhelming love or this emotional thing or this thing that has opened your heart up and opened your eyes up, and you're thinking so hard about it. And that's the funny part, right? You're using your brain to try to understand how your heart feels, how your emotions feel, which is great. I always encourage people to think about how they feel, what is the root of how they truly feel. But I think when it comes to having this with the Two of Swords there, it's kind of, I don't know if an oxymoron is the right word. It's kind of contradictory. Like it's almost like you don't even trust how you feel. Or you feel like you can't trust your feelings because in the past, when you trusted your feelings, it took you down a bad direction. And it took you down the direction, it may be connected to what's happening in this tower. It took you down a path that was no good when you trusted your feelings, when you allowed passion or maybe the way that somebody like stirred this fire in you, it took you down a path that like really did not pay off. And I think that's what you're dealing with right now. That's crumbling to the ground. Let's clarify the tower here with the Knight of Cups, with the Ace of Cups, the Five of Swords in reverse. You were not expecting this. You were not expecting this at all. Whenever this came into your life, you were not expecting this. And this is currently shifting the trajectory of your life. Whatever plans you had made, whatever ideas that you had had about what was going on, this has shifted the trajectory of that. And I also think you're dealing with this thing where it's almost like this is a love that is healing you. This is a love that is unconditional. This is a love that is, it can be a little flighty with the Knight of Cups. Like I do love that energy, but maybe you're afraid of over romanticizing it because it is a very romantic card, hopeless romantic at that. So maybe you're afraid of over romanticizing this. Um, but this is healing you. Whatever this is healing you. And maybe that's why the tower is happening. Maybe that's why things are falling apart around you, is because you're healing. And because you're healing, you're no longer attracted to whatever this energy has been in your life. This energy that has kept you stuck, this energy that has kept you feeling indebted, this energy that has held you back is being destroyed. It no longer has power, control, or hold over you. So this healing energy is effectively setting you free. I don't think you're moving forward yet, but I do think it's setting you free on a soul level. Let's clarify the hopes and fears here. Got the Princess of Wands and the Sun. Yeah, it's illuminating. This love is showing you, this person is showing you how to free yourself. And I think these wounds go deep. These wounds go very, very deep that you carry. This pattern is something that is definitely from childhood, because the sun is often reflected as looking at children, or like having this childlike spirit, the spirit that we had before it was destroyed by life. It is returning to that point of existence, or returning to that joy of the heart, of an open heart. Um, I think the words, the messages, the experience, which has been pretty touch and go, I think. I don't think this is like a merger just yet in this energy. That's why I'm like, I don't see this as like a full fledged thing. I see this as contact. I see this as guidance. I see this as leading. I don't see this as like being fully immersed in. So whatever this energy is, it has put a major influence on letting you go, or getting you out of this energy. It's really influenced you to let go of that energy. Let's clarify the Seven of Wands, Queen of Pentacles. Let's clarify the Moon card with the Ten of Pentacles, and let's clarify the Five of Cups. Nine of Wands in reverse, Two of Swords in reverse, decision made. With this Seven of Wands and this Moon card, and then the Queen of Wands with the Ten of Pentacles, I think you've lost the fight in that. I think you've been fighting really hard to try to fix it, and I think you're losing the fight for that, because in the Nine of Wands in reverse, it's like the energy is dissipating, the energy is falling up. This is acceptance, right? This is acceptance. You're no longer being berated in this situation. You're no longer being hit by something, whether that is words. I do not want to bring domestic violence into this, but if you have ever experienced any form of like aggression from this person, whether that is verbally or feeling somewhat like you have to protect yourself, I think this energy is done, because this is very abrasive. This is very abrasive. I think you're kind of trying to fight off whatever is being called into question, because you're not sure. That Moon card, you're not sure. I know you feel like you've lost something, or you see the loss coming, or you feel as if time has run out in some way, or you feel like the uncertainty around the situation is really weighing you down. Once again, I mean, that also could be somebody making a decision for you. because that could be that Queen of Pentacles defending um, herself against any confusion. So if that Queen of Pentacles is picking up on this energy right here, or is picking up on this energy of uncertainty, they're going to call it out. And if they're left too long in this like stagnant period of uncertainty, they're just going to make the decision. That Two of Swords in reverse on the bottom. And then the Empress in reverse. Yep. For some of you, this definitely is a marriage or a separation of a marriage, separation of a contract, separation of a partnership. And it's messy. This is a messy situation. Like, I don't think it actually has become as messy as it could be, but I do think that whatever monkey wrench was thrown into this, into your life, I think you've done the best that you can with what it is. But I think somebody is choosing to step away from a marriage, or somebody is choosing to step down from a marriage and either become independent, or become single in some way, or become disconnected from the situation. I just feel like it wasn't sustainable, especially with the Empress in reverse. This wasn't sustainable. There was more being consumed than there was being built. And so this is falling apart. And I think at this point, this is any next steps forward, any movement forward is going to be allowing yourself to either grieve, or allowing yourself to let go of what has happened in the past, so that you can embrace what this Ace of Cups is trying to bring you, so that you can embrace what it is that you've been ignoring, so that you can embrace and see successfully the beauty of what has been trying to come into your life, or trying to show you something, because something has definitely been trying to lead you, right? It's been this guiding light. And I think you've been kind of resisting it for a while, but I think that now you're really seeing it. So Aries, specifically Aries ascendants, I really hope that this resonated with you. If it did and it fit your situation, please drop a comment down below. Feel free to check out my description box where my Instagram handle is. And on my Instagram, you can find a link to my store in case you want to book a reading. I will be adding a email option for people who maybe want something that's a little more financially reasonable, or you can book a recorded reading with me and I can get that sent to you as well. So thanks for hanging out. If this resonated, make sure that you hit that thumbs up or like button, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.